Siegel of The Athletic. Steve Phillips coming up in just a moment. We've hit the All-Star break. Jays 55-41, a 2-game lead on the Yankees, 3-game lead on the Red Sox. And all of a sudden, the Rays can't win anything. But, like the Sox just swept them. But sets up for an awesome second half. And we've touched on, the questions that have kind of been hovering around me the last 10 days. I'm sure you're experiencing the same thing. Like water cooler.
You? Oh.
Well, I mean, you run into people and they want to talk Blue Jays. Like there's certain things, that kind of follow the Jays chat.
Yeah.
I think probably from coast to coast.
That's a good segment for you to do.
You think so?
We got to workshop it a bit, but it's like, what's like the water cooler? Nobody does water coolers anymore, but it's like.
What's following you around? Like what are you being asked in the streets?
Yeah.
And I think what they're going to do at the trade deadline, the big one. We'll ask Steve Phillips about that. I think Vladdy, I don't even know how to describe his season. Like he's got 12 home runs.
Mm-hmm.
Just the powerless nature of, and he really didn't perform well over the weekend. He was terrible over the weekend. And again, that last game in Chicago was, you could point to him on a couple of occasions where he cost them. So Vladdy, the offseason no-shows, which we've talked about, Santander, Scherzer, Jimenez, they really haven't brought much. But internal improvements is what sticks out as well, because we goofed on that term so many times last year. Ross Atkins, Mark Shapiro, internal improvements. But ultimately, that, I think, is why they're in the position they're in it.
Yeah.
Like Alejandro Kirk, George Springer, Addison Barger, Ernie Clement. These are all internal improvements.
But do you think they actually believe that, or that's just something you say when, like,
it's a catchphrase?
Soto and
yeah, I'd say, please leave me alone for a minute.
It's like when you go up to talk to the bosses, you have to be like, well, we're counting on internal improvement. That's what we think is going to happen.
Great way to just kick the can down the road, isn't it? Yeah. How do you intend on improving this year?
Oh, yeah.
Well, internally. It's one way.
It's going to be better.
It's internal improvements, man. Everyone's going to pull their socks up that much more. It is the emptiest of empty calorie comments. Yet, again, I think it's arrived for the Blue Jays this year.
Sure. It's funny, like you mentioned Vladdy. For the first month and a half, my guy, Juan Soto, signed an incredible contract and was really scuffling, and I was getting worried. And then he just took off, and now he's
Although the All-Star game, what happened there?
He got snubbed, but you look at his numbers the last month and a half, he's back to being unreal.
Well, when you sign, was it a 15-year deal?
I think so.
It was something like that, 14 or 15-year deal. You don't, the first month and a half is probably not going to really define what's going to happen. Like with him, it was a 15-year deal. What's going to happen with Soto is what you do down the stretch and what you do in the playoffs.
And he's a playoff monster.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah, the Mets will be good. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
They'll probably be active, I would think, between now and the end of the month.
Yeah, Dodgers haven't been
Isn't
amazing.
that something? Like when
20 wins.
Remember they went to Japan and they skunked the Cubs, that 2-game series, punked them, and then didn't they start 8-0 or 10-0 or something like that? And at that point, we were legitimately having chats about the 0-1 Mariners, 116 wins, they're going to pass them, 120 wins.
Conceivable. They had this 7-deep rotation. They had 2 top 10 players.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It didn't.
And Freddie Freeman not far off.
Yeah, and he's really fallen off, and it's oh man.
But that's sports, man. That's when we get into the Marner stuff, which again I got.
We should just do a
got more on that in 20 minutes. I got more on that in 20 minutes.
Okay.
Including what the league should do, but I'm certain they won't do about it when it comes to his return. We'll get to that in 20 minutes.
Did you see the first games they scheduled? What are they doing?
Why is Chicago playing Florida?
Right?
On the first game of the NHL season.
Pittsburgh's playing somebody. It's
the Rangers.
Pittsburgh to start the year. Really?
I know. But this. Listen.
Insane.
Yeah, it's insane, but it's the hockey market.
Who remembers the first game?
No, I know.
People are excited for the first game, and that's your first game, really?
Yeah. But I guess they're looking at it we need Chicago, we need Pittsburgh, we need New York. That's the way they operate. It's always the kind of Midwest and Northeast United States. That's what matters.
Fair.
And it's almost, again, an admission, we can't just sell Florida because no one down there is going to watch.
I don't know scheduling, but why wouldn't you just do Edmonton, Florida to start the year?
Totally agree. Start Edmonton through that, even if it's a one-off.
Yeah.
Like, I know that's very difficult to justify. I get it. So if you're down there, you got to play Tampa, then you got to play Carolina.
But
like,
imagine the buzz heading into that game.
Yeah, right off the bat.
Back-to-back finals, Cup champions against the team they just beat twice.
Yeah, right off the bat.
McDavid, we don't know what's happening. Like, who knows? We'll know his
Or have them
contract
play
situation.
Tampa.
Yeah.
Have like a major rival.
Yeah, and if you want to get those other teams in there, have Philly play Boston or New York play Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Chicago, Florida. Like,
Well,
come on.
Chicago, like the Bedard conversation this year is going to be fascinating for me.
So many different ways.
Yeah, like he's got to have a great season. Has to. Has got to have a launching pad season. Doesn't mean you got to win the Hearts or be in contention. You don't have to individually drag your team anywhere. That's too lofty of expectations. They're not good enough. But I think he's got to be touching up on like 35, 40 goals, point a game, and looking more like a professional player and like a dominating player in the future. But he sold tickets when he arrived. I don't think he does that anymore. Like, I think he's got to win the crowd back.
Bad every year. This will be year 3?
Third year.
Man, to be bad 3 years, like that's full entry level.
Where does Bedard rank for you? Like, you have the luxury of seeing everyone play.
Mm-hmm.
Where is he for you? Like, when you look at the sked for the Leafs and you're like, when is Chicago rolling through town? Where?
That does not cross my mind.
No.
Just because, like, they're bad. Like, that game is not going to be interesting. He's interesting, but the team is, like, just...
No, I hear you.
And honestly, like, I haven't studied Chicago's offseason, but it does, like, I don't know what they're doing. Like, it doesn't...
I don't think anyone really knows.
It's like, what is this team?
Yeah, they're going to be... I think they're going to be terrible again, I think.
Yes.
I mean, I fully expect they're in on Gavin McKenna next year.
Yeah, which would be pretty fun if he went there.
Yeah. But, like...
But
put that into perspective.
Radar, really.
No, but he probably was as a rookie. Like, he was for me.
Sure. Yeah,
when he came out of the
Celebrini,
league.
like, I'm excited to
Yeah,
see.
see, there you go. Year 2, I want to see him. Like, Celebrini would probably be higher on my list than Bedard for what I want to see. Now, obviously, you know, McDavid's going to be at the top, and there's a bunch of superstars you want to see play.
But that's the thing where, like, sports is so, like, we just have the MLB draft is last night, today, and forever. But it's like you get into the situation, and it's like you're kind of stuck a little bit by your situation. Like, if you have a crappy situation, really can screw up your career.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even just think, like, you can think of all the different NFL players, quarterbacks, whoever. If you go to the wrong team, like, I don't know.
Yeah, if you go to the Jets, you go to the Browns,
like, Zach
Jaguars.
Wilson might have been bad no matter where he went.
Maybe not.
I guess that was an okay situation. Like, they had a good defense. I don't know.
But the Jets are the
But
Jets.
they're the
man.
Jets. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they stink. Like, they will find a way to damage themselves. Like, that's the way the New York Jets operate. And they haven't made the playoffs in, what, 14 years?
Yeah. Like Buffalo, like you.
Yeah,
go
the
to
Sabres,
and it's just
unfortunately,
like,
if you get drafted by them, you're like, oh, really?
and then, like, look at what's happened to some of the guys who've left there, and they go on. It's like, oh, he is good.
Yeah, but you got to get out.
You got to get out.
You got to get out, and you got to keep like your willpower alive, man.
Yeah.